Predicting the New Orleans Saints' record in 2025, ladies and gentlemen, NFL.com or NFL whatever is the backdrop. Now, this was sent to me, and we're going to take a look and react. Now, we're going to talk some math, okay? And I want to explain the problem that I have with these scheduled predictors. All right, so let's go ahead and get into it, shall we?
And other changes as well. Derek Carr has retired, which makes this very difficult as we're trying to project what is going to happen for the New Orleans Saints in 2025. I do hope things go well for him, but as it is right now, it's hard to predict them for anything more. When you look at some of these teams objectively, like individualistically, you look, they're probably going to lose to the Bills and the Seahawks and all these teams. This is a winnable game against the Giants. These are a couple of winnable games too. As a matter of fact, I have them beating the New England Patriots. The Bears will be coming off a win.
All right, so we open 0-5 according to this young hombre. We beat the Patriots, and then we go to Chicago.
Over the Washington Commanders. This is a definite trap game right here. And again, even though some of these games, they're winnable.
Why would the Bears care about the Commanders? Why would that be a trap game? Why would that be any more of a trap game than any of these other games?
Look at it right now. I think the Carolina Panthers are going to be much improved this season. The Atlanta Falcons put in a lot of work.
Yeah, the Panthers will be much improved. We just saw Josie Jewell was released. Josie Jewell, now the Panthers have one starting linebacker on their roster, which is no big deal because it's not like they had the worst defense in the NFL last year. It was the only team to give up 500 or more points in the NFL last year. So, yeah, I mean, why wouldn't the Panthers be better? Yeah.
On the defensive side of the football, the Miami Dolphins, they're still a pretty good team. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers have won the NFC South for 4 consecutive seasons. And again, I like the Panthers a lot this season. The Jets have Justin Fields as their starting quarterback. I think they're going to be really good. The Titans have Cam Ward, and of course you got the Atlanta Falcons. So when I'm sitting here and I'm looking at it, I don't like to predict doom and gloom for a lot of these teams, and it's always difficult to look at it. But as it stands right now, until we have definitive answers on who is going to be the quarterback, how is this team going to be constructed? How is the defense looking? This is an older team that needs to get a little bit younger. So for right now, when I look at this team, I don't see a lot of opportunities for wins. I don't see a lot of games where they're like definitely going to win this. But listen, I've been wrong before.
All right, so I don't want to, look, it's Friday. I'm feeling right, okay? Early morning recording. Why? Who is this guy? What is this? Like, every time I put up one of these videos, people are like, who is this guy? Why are you even giving this person a platform? Why are you even watching this? This is from the NFL. This is the NFL's production, the NFL studios. This is who they are hiring. This guy is on salary by the NFL to stand here and do this. This might as well have been a minute and 30 seconds of fart noises or those things from the 90s where you pull the string on the plastic wheel and it makes an animal noise, and then you pull it again and it makes another animal noise. I could have just done that, just ripped that thing for a minute and got the same thing out of this. This guy actually looked me in the face, looked me in the eyes and said, the Jets, their quarterback is Justin Fields. I think they'll be really good. That was his actual analysis for this team. Now let's do a little bit of math, okay? So this guy says 2-15, okay? And the 2 games that he has us winning are the Patriots game and on the road against the Bears. Let's go to DraftKings. Now this isn't an exact science, ladies and gentlemen. This is a little bit of back of the napkin math. A lot of this will change, but I just want to show you how to do this. We're gonna learn something today, okay? Let's go to what do you say, the Bears game? Let's go to the Bears game. All right, Bears. Look at that. Look at me using Control F. I'm getting better, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, so here's the Bears game. All right, what do you think the percentage chance is that the Saints win this game? What do you think the percentage is? Like, if you had to guess, like, if someone said, "Hey, man, what's the chance the Saints win this game?" What would you say? 5%, 10%, 2%, 1%? Just throw it out there. Well, you can actually do this math, okay? So the way that you can do this, all right, And again, this isn't perfect, all right? The UFC card in New Orleans is a good example of that, where you can have all these numbers and they don't mean anything. All right, so the math we're about to do is called implied probability, all right? And it sounds complicated, but it's really easy. So look at the number, all right? The Bears are minus 345 on the money line, okay? The way you find implied probability is you take that number, remove the negatives, so you have 345 on the top of your division. On the bottom, you add the 345, you add 100, and then you divide. All right, so 345 divided by 445 is 77.5%. So the Bears have a 77.5% chance to win this game. Then, now we're not going to count ties and all that stuff. Let's just make it clean math. So the Saints would then have, okay, stay with me. The Saints would then have a 23% chance to win this game. All right. So now let's look at the Patriots one. All right, let's see what that line is. Okay. Patriots, Saints. Look at me. Look at me. All right, so the Saints have a 23% chance to win the Bears game against the Patriots. Do it with me, ladies and gentlemen. Implied probability. We're learning something here today. 166 is our top. And so it's 166 divided by 266 gives us 62.4% chance. Okay, so the Saints now have, let's call it 38% chance to win this one. Okay, so 23%, 38% to win the two games that he selected. Now, here's my question. Okay, we'll look at the Saints. Here's my question. If the Saints can win those two games, why can't they win the 49ers game? Why can't they win the Seattle game? They have better percentage to beat the Seahawks than they do to beat the Bears. Okay? We'll skip the Bills. What about the Giants? This is basically a coin toss. The Saints have much better odds to beat the Giants at home than to beat the Bears on the road. All right, the Patriots already happened. The Bears already happened. The Bucs, they have a better chance to beat the Bucs at home than to beat the Bears on the road. Okay? You can keep going with this. All right, you see where I'm going here. Like let's look at the Falcons. Okay? The Falcons at home. Saints or Falcons, or let's go to that Giants game. Let's find the Giants game. All right, the Giants. Giants coming to town. Okay, Giants are minus 122. So we know the math. 122 divided by 222. Okay, the Giants have a 54% chance to win that game. Basically a coin toss. So my problem with this is that it's totally nonsensical. And it doesn't make any sense. It is throwing darts. All right, that's all this guy is doing. He straight up might as well, he kind of did, closed his eyes and just started clicking buttons and seeing what was green and what was red. It makes no sense why he would give the win to this Bears game, but just breeze on through the Giants, breeze on through the Cardinals, breeze on through either Panthers game, either Bucs game, the Dolphins game, either Falcons game, the Titans game, the Jets game. The Jets game is the only game as of right now, and Justin Fields did get hurt. It's dislocated toe. It's not going to matter in Week 16. But the Jets game is the only game that the Saints are actually favored in. So the Saints probably have like a 50, if we're doing the math, they probably have like a 52% chance to win that game. This, I've said it once and I'll say it again. The time for this kind of content and the time for this kind of analysis and the time for this kind of product is so over. It's so 2000 and late. Like, who is watching this? Who is watching this and saying, damn, that was a good point. Damn, that's nicey. That's got me feeling nicey. I'll give you a hint. Nobody. You have people, not even just individual creators, but you have like other networks like VSiN, for example, where VSiN is doing the same thing, predicting the schedule out, but they're giving you actual analysis. They're giving you actual like information. I'll leave you with this. We'll wrap the video up with this. I thought this was interesting. We're learning a lot today on a Friday morning. This was from Aaron Schatz. So this is the best average DVOA over 5 years with no Super Bowl appearance. Now, everybody's talking about how the top two teams are the current Bills and Ravens. But I took a little look. Look at Team 3 And look at Team 5. The Saints are the 2017-2021 Saints are the third team. That 2018 team is what I think is the best Saints team of all time, the team that lost in the NFC title game to the Rams. And don't forget, this is the block where people said we should have rebuilt in 2017. A lot of people say that Drew Brees should have been, we should have moved on from Drew Brees, which LMAO. And then 2016-2020 is right behind them at 5th, which I think is interesting because remember, we've heard a whole lot. We've heard a whole lot about how, the Saints are a dumpster fire franchise and they've been bottom of the barrel and they're, all that stuff. We've covered videos like that where people say that. And it really shows you that a lot of people just forget what it's been like for a long time in New Orleans and what the infrastructure of this team is and what the expectations for this team are. Yeah, it's been some down years, but imagine if the Ravens had a couple down years, had a handful of down years. Let's say Lamar Jackson leaves. Let's say John Harbaugh leaves, and the Ravens have 4 or 5 down years. Imagine then Ravens fans saying, yeah, we're just a dumpster franchise. We've just been irrelevant, whatever. So this is interesting. So it just shows you how good those teams were. Unfortunate for sure that they didn't get a ring, but, not everyone can get a Super Bowl ring. If you want a ring, go to Ramsey's. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, a lot of stuff in the video today, a lot of content. Yesterday, we ripped off 3 videos like it was absolutely freaking nothing. Could you imagine if we did the same thing today? All right, ladies and gentlemen, a lot of content coming. It's going to be a crazy season. Thank you for watching. I will see you in the next video.